It might have felt like we took a whooping last week, but I actually think that there was a game of two halves. We either played really good or really bad. In this first section of play, this was real strong. Brendan starts low, then comes high. Luke's hands up. Luke finds him. He draws the D there, kicks it out to AJ, who has a little open jumper. Does the right thing, gives up an okay shot to find a better one. We dribble it, kick it out, create a massive space in the centre, get it to a guy right under the basket for an easy shot. As I said, that was a pass, not a shot, that one. We get a second chance, and even this one. We get the ball, we kick it out, move it around. We're spreading out. Brendan does a bit of a screen here. Bit of an awkward here one because he's not touching either guy, so ultimately he just kind of stands in between them. Probably a better spot would be to screen the number 3 on this side, because no matter which way I go here, there's kind of going to jump out at me and get me there, whatever else. Brendan could have rolled to the basket there, but even so, we get a good pass to Dane, kick it back out. I mean, it was a bit of a rush 3, that one, but let's put that to the side. Good boards by AJ. We get it in, out, get another decent look. I mean, that's a pretty good passage of play, right? I must have followed Dane's book and I've taken a one pass shot from 3. We want to not do that. So that's me giving you an example of exactly what not to do. Here's how you guys on the wings can help us. You can see that the defense is starting to come up a little bit. So even though we come out of it okay that way, we want to kick the ball to the side. Yeah, where Dane is right now, if he had to come up just that little bit higher for that pass, it would have been a little bit easier for Luke. Like I said, we got away with it that time. But that's the type of stuff that we need to do off the ball to help reduce turnovers. It's not about running to the ball. It's just about creating a little bit of a better angle. So you can see here, 22 could almost have got that. And if Dane was up just that little bit higher, watch where Dane catches the ball on the second one. He kicks it back. And if he had just come up that little bit higher, that angle is much safer angle. And that's the way that as a team, we can all work together to get less turnovers. It's about being aware of where the ball is, being aware of where the angles are, where your defender is. And if you can just not run to the ball, but just creep up so you can make that open pathway, that's going to make a huge difference to how we go about things tonight. Again, these guys are stopping the ball at halfway again. That's good. Brendan comes up to that little angle I just spoke about there, and that makes that an easy one. Only bad thing about that was then he goes for the baseline drive, and as we've seen, that's where a fair chunk of our turnovers come from. We don't want to drive down into that corner and get stuck by multiple defenders. This next one's one that gets us all the time. You can see here, the key would be to have a hand in between your defender and the guy who's passing the ball, but we leave that open, kind of watching the ball instead of our defender, and as a result, they take that first step and we're behind. Our whole defence drops and he gets a dish to the young fella under the basket and he gets an easy one. But none of that happens if we have the hand in the passing lane to start off with, and we're ready to have our feet in front of the defender as he goes to dribble. That comes down to watching your defender, defending your defender and not ball watching, but that catches us all. This next little play is massive for us, and it's one I think that will score us a ton of points. It starts with a great cut by AJ, kicks it out, and when Dane catches it, he kicks it out to Luke, but once that pass is there, even without noticing it, he's kind of half screening that number 22. That was a pretty poor version of it, but I'll highlight a couple of others as we go through this again. There's so many times that we can help get an open shooter, especially those 3-point shooters in the corner, by just setting a screen there. You can see Brennan could have set another screen on there as well. Again, I'll point some of these out, but there's tons of points coming our way if we can start looking for some of those opportunities. This is a textbook mistake we make. Great D in front of the defenders. Ball gets kicked to the side and we forget about guarding our guy, and instead we follow the ball. Like, Dane's come all the way over here. 23's wide open. The shooter's taking a bad shot whether Dane's there or not. Those are the type of ones that kill us. In fact, I ended up getting that foul because I was yelling at Dane about getting back to the centre and took my eyes off the ball there. But leave it, defend the player that's nearest you. Again, probably one shot pass, could have got to the basket then or drove in. We want to get away from one pass shots, especially when it's those 3-point ones. You can see there, as I say, bad shots make turnovers, and that's what a bad shot can do. 2 points down the other end pretty quickly, pretty easily, and that happened a number of times. Damn, we did some good stuff in this first half. You can see here AJ coming up, setting a screen, getting other guys good shots. We make it work here, but if AJ just had that extra step towards with his left foot, and he was actually on the side of number 3 instead of behind him, if he's on this side closest to where the camera is, that would have made a much easier pathway to get through. But again, this first half, we're doing all the right things. It's just when it gets to the second half, we're a bit gas, or we fall out of these practices or these habits. Again, good little rebound and second chance effort from AJ. That's a good look with Josh. This is the action I'm talking about, even though we do it without even realising here. Brendan, he's posting up, but what he's actually doing is he's actually screening the defender. That creates a space which I've gone straight into, and we've got an open shot there. Baseline on the corner, like I said. It's there all the time for us. We just have to set some screens on the bottom of that zone defense, and we'll get open shots on the corner. Here we do things the right way. AJ's in front, a little bit of reaching, but manages to stay in front, so that's all okay. Josh in front. Let's leave it to the big guy. We get a block, turn it over. That is a great defensive play. And we bring the ball up. Again, these guys are picking us up at half court almost every time. They're not putting too much pressure, so we're getting away with things as it is, but that's what comes back to bite us in the second half, and we've got to be ready for those. Nice little foul here, goes uncalled. Next play, here's that baseline move that gets us too often. We go baseline, we get stuck. I think we did it out of bounds 2 or 3 times this game on that baseline cut. Here it is again, guys at the top. They kick it, we're playing good D, and then we follow the ball, we lose it. There goes the ball. Dane's sort of in front of his defender, goes to one side, and he's left his defender wide open, doesn't rely on the big guys to take it. He's doubling this guy. We've got number 3 there, wide open again. He has an easy shot there. Dane gets out to him, but he's running, and because he's off balance, he's not in front, he's able to drive right around him. Now we've got a hole in the defense. I mean, we get away with it this time thanks to a lucky deflection, but again, big fellas under the ring. The pass was there. If that had been a bounce pass, that would have been 2 points. Those are things that we need to stamp out of what we're doing at the top of the key. Now we're in the second half, and we're throwing passes inside where we've sort of clustered things, and guys don't have their hands up. Lucky to get, as we said, once might be passable, but we try and do that twice. We almost get caught every single time. Here, because we're not doing any screens or really cutting inside or anything like that. I mean, Josh is posting up, but he's kind of on the opposite angle there. It's hard to get in the ball, and then he's going to be baseline if he does get it. We sort of kick it. AJ's there in the centre, but he's being covered by that tall guy. You can see there, Max, he's got the hand there. If he throws it or lobs it up high, it's a tough pass to get to AJ there. And so that's a tough angle. We're just bad angles. We've got 2 guys in the key the whole time, and we end up turning over. We just need to spread out and play the ankles. Find yourself a space that you can easily see the basketball. If you can easily see it, then that means the guy off the ball can easily pass to you. We kick that up. We're in a nice little safe spot. We're actually in a 5-on-4 here. Inside, outside, we get a nice wide open shot. Perfect. Again, they're being pretty lazy in that one, but that's what we want to do. We get inside look as well. This one here is good. We don't score off it, but it could be great. We dribble the ball down. Brendan's got a bit of a screen there. Josh comes out with a hand, and we get the ball there. But what happens, how this could be a little bit better, is you can see Brendan here. If he was, again, he's setting a bit of a screen there. If he took one step to the left and was blocking that guy from being able to chase me, like he's up the top there, he can go under and get across that pretty much. Josh has a hand up, but then he puts it down. He needs to keep that hand up, because Josh, if you're coming across there, catching the ball there on the move and able to turn, you should be dribbling towards the key. But at the moment, we're dribbling it out in front of us. You turn, you catch and turn immediately, put that layup on, or catch and turn one dribble towards the basket. Instead, you dribble the ball out in front of you. That's what allows them to get the defensive stop. That's what gets the turnover. That's the type of stuff that we can iron out of our game, and will make a big difference as well. Sorry, Luke, in advance for this one, but this one's a perfect one to call out. This is another one that we should get baskets from all the time. It ends up in a turnover here, but kicking the ball up quickly and then having the trailers run through the middle. This is the perfect action. We just get lazy. So Luke, we kick the ball up fast. Luke dribbles it out to the side. Cutters coming straight down the middle. If Luke had to pass that a second early, instead we're kind of like, out of gas and we're waiting around. But if we pass that ball to the cutter as he's coming through, you're on the move, you go into the basket, you're going to get fouled or you're going to get the points. That's one that we miss time and time again coming off those long passes or fast break. And that's another area. That and the offense is what kills us every week, right? The two most impactful ways that we can change offense is to look to feed the cutters on the move like that, as well as setting those screens on the base of the defender's zone so we can get open shots outside the key. This is a perfect example of how things fall apart in the second half. Like, we're running out to that defender. Brendan's not on his guy there. He runs out to get him. Josh is reaching around from behind him. He gets through, like we bail him out for an easy basket there. That was a free throws that went in that one. This one's a bit better where we're guarding guys, forcing them baseline. That's better. That's the stuff that we need to be doing. But Josh getting out there late, Brendan getting out there late, and then, ultimately reaching around and guys lunging. We've thrown in the towel by that stage. Perfect example here of Brendan getting in between the passer and the ball. Ball goes to the wing. Brendan doesn't stand behind his guy. Could be a little bit earlier, but he comes around in front, gets a hand up, and we've got a turnover there. That's the stuff. You need to be in between your defender and the passer. That's where the defense needs to be. Another good example here. We've got Josh there up on the D. He comes across to AJ. Josh doesn't follow it. He lets AJ take it, which is great. AJ staying in front. Good D. We get the basketball. That's what we need more of, boys. Let's put some of this in the memory banks and let's come out swinging Wednesday night.